Hello again everyone, Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Venus conjunct Jupiter in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart. They're a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Venus conjunct Jupiter in your natal chart, there may be a very intense love, which is Venus for expanding horizons, which is Jupiter. Now, let's say if you have Jupiter in Taurus as an example, expanding horizons may be tied in just simply money-making endeavors and generating income, matters with possessions. It could be doing something Taurus related, whether it could be something with banking, finance, geology, carpet laying, working as a stockbroker, a pawnbroker, architecture, agriculture, gardening, cultivation, as some examples. If Jupiter is in Aquarius as another example, expanding horizons may be tied in with humanitarian, altruistic endeavors, and may be connected with astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, meteorology, aviation, innovation, as some examples. Now, also too, there may be a very strong enthusiasm, which is Jupiter, in making money, which is Venus. Now, let's say if Venus is in Pisces, as an example, you may be, someone that makes money, could be in doing things for the less fortunate, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the homeless, the hungry. It could be doing something Pisces related, like a Pisces related field, such as, could be something with boating, or working as a fisherman, or doing something with chemistry. Maybe something, anesthesiology is another example, dancing, poetry, photography, or the metaphysical, which includes astrology. Now, another thing too is with the this aspect, Venus conjunct Jupiter in a natal chart may also manifest in strongly valuing, which is Venus one's a higher education, which is Jupiter. Now, if you have, say, Jupiter in Capricorn as an example, higher education may be something that is taken very seriously, where you show a lot of structure and discipline in it. It could be taking some kind of Capricorn related courses, whether it could be something like business or politics, accounting, dentistry, even construction, if that is offered, or something with information, technology, as some examples. Now, when you have conjunctions in the natal chart, naturally it's very strong, integration of energy. So there could be much self-worth, which is Venus, that may be strongly connected, with sports, college studies, which is Jupiter, and even expanding horizons as well, which is Jupiter. Now, if let's say if Jupiter, let's say it's in Aries as an example, or you have the conjunction in Aries, let's say, the sports may be tied in with the volatile ones, which can include football or hockey, or the more combative sports, which can include boxing, judo, wrestling, kickboxing, as some examples. Now, another thing about this aspect in the natal chart is that you may have really a strong, real exorbitant exuberance, which is Jupiter. It could be for artistic endeavors, which is Venus. Venus is connected with art. Let's say if Venus is in Pisces as an example, it may be like abstract, fictional, fantastical, like fantasy art. Venus in Gemini could be like a more animated, cartoon, kind of art. Venus in Aquarius maybe art tied in with the future or innovation, science fiction. It could be, very innovative and unique artwork as some examples. Now also too, one's relationships, which is Venus, may be very lucky, prosperous, maybe ones where a lot of humor is expressed as well, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is, the jovial, jocular planet, basically. And the thing is, as far as relationships being lucky, whether it's for, it could be where maybe the relationships can help someone attain a greater position in life, or as far as something monetary, or just having them, work out well, whatever it might be. And humor, is connected with Jupiter. Jupiter is in Capricorn as an example. Might be a lot of like political satire and humor that person may be interested in. Jupiter and Taurus can be that bawdy humor, as some examples. Now also too, Venus conjunct Jupiter may also manifest in a strong enjoyment of traveling, abroad, which is Jupiter, and going and having that peace, which is Venus, in the process. If Jupiter is in Pisces, as an example, there may be a lot of, long distance journeys by sea, by boat. It could be, if Jupiter is in Gemini, a lot of long distance journeys may be very quick, might be going to a lot of places for very short, time periods, as another example. And also too, though, keep in mind, as I've stated in previous videos, and I'll state it again, that Jupiter, as though it's benign and benevolent, it's paradoxical, could also enlarge issues. Now, this aspect could enlarge, which is Jupiter issues connected with the neck, the throat, thyroid, kidneys, and lower back, which is Venus. So, and also too, let's say if the the conjunction, is in Aquarius, it could be, very sporadic, erratic issues, intermittent, problems or pain in these areas. And as an example, might be more nerve related. Now another thing too is that there may also be, tendency or some proclivity toward reckless, which is Jupiter spending, which is Venus. Now let's say Venus is in Gemini, as an example, maybe on superficial items, or variety of things. Venus in Sagittarius, maybe reckless, could be spending on sports, outdoor related items, things associated with higher education, college, publishing, advertising materials, as some examples. Also too, the talents and abilities, which is Venus, may include sports, publishing, advertising, which is Jupiter. And the thing is, and let's say, if the conjunction is in Taurus, it could be something where there's a lot of persistence in this, and maybe these are developed, the talents and abilities developed in a more, slow, plodding, methodical, and deliberate manner. Also, too, there may be much optimism, which is Jupiter, in terms of making money, generating income, and accumulating possessions, which is Venus. Now, let's say if Venus is in Scorpio, these possessions may be tied in with locksmithing, or the occult, which includes astrology. It could be investigation materials. It could be something associated with transformation, or recycling, as some examples. Now another thing too, legal issues, which is Venus, may be connected or tied in with publishing, advertising, religion, sports, or may even involve one or more foreigners, which is Jupiter, at some point in time. And the thing is, if there's let's say Jupiter is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, there may be things that are published that are tied in It could be with real estate or someone's home or family. It may be associated, with cooking or food or, home renovation, as an example. And the thing is, if you have this aspect, it could be, also I would say it could be fortuitous in the legal matters, but remember that this is a conjunction, and conjunctions are neutral, and Jupiter, again, conjunct Venus may enlarge, legal issues. And remember that Venus is also relationships, and Jupiter is connected with the law. So it could be at one point in time, relationships, or, which can include significant friendships, one or more, may figure prominently in an issue you're dealing with the law. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay well.